In a society where misery and injustice coexist, we are forced to face the heartbreaking truth. Many that live deserve death, while some who die deserve to live. We would like to explore the truths of how abuse, how it destroys lives, crushes souls, and makes us consider who is really deserving of life and death.
Abuse isn't limited to physical violence, it encompasses a range of harmful behaviors. Physical abuse involves direct harm, for example, hitting, slapping, while emotional abuse may include manipulation, belittling, or controlling behavior. Physical abuse can involve tactics like gaslighting, making the victims question their reality, while sexual abuse is any form of sexual assault or coercion. Financial abuse may involve controlling a person's access to money, and neglect can be when a caregiver fails to meet someone's basic needs.
International Justice Mission (IJM) states that millions of women and children worldwide are impacted by violence. Poverty makes people more vulnerable to a variety of everyday types of violence, such as domestic and sexual abuse. When a man abuses his spouse, it is not reported to the police, but rather addressed as a family matter within the home. Courts are poorly equipped to handle cases of sexual abuse against minors, and they are unable to act when these mothers and children are in dire need of protection. According to UN Women, Europe and Central Asia, approximately 1 in 3 women worldwide, or 736 million, have experienced intimate relationship violence, non-partner sexual violence, or both at some point in their lives, 30% of them aged 15 and older. Sexual harassment is not included in this number. In addition to numerous additional health issues that may persist after the violence stopped, women who have experienced violence are more likely to suffer from depression, anxiety disorders, unintended pregnancies, HIV, and STDs than those who have not. The majority of violence against women is committed by intimate partners or husbands, either past or present. Over 640 million women, or 26% of women over the age of 50, have experienced violence from an intimate partner. Nearly 1 in 4 teenage girls between the ages of 15 and 19 who have been in a relationship have been the victim of physical or sexual abuse at the hands of their spouse or intimate partner. In the previous 12 months, 16% of young women between the ages of 15 and 24 reported experiencing this violence.
From the dark shadows of domestic violence to the harsh glare of societal indifference, abuse takes many forms. Yet in the aftermath, the victims are often left to suffer in silence, their cries drowned by a word too quick to forget. Abuse can take many different forms, from the gloomy shade of domestic violence to the glaring glare of societal indifference. However, the victims frequently suffer in silence after the incident, their cries being muffled by a society that forgets too quickly.
child abuse, call 15999.
A survivor said, I remember the first time it happened. I was just a kid. My father was whom I only talked to until that night. The anger in his eyes, the coldness in his touch. He wasn't sad as an another, and I know I did to deserve it. For some, abuse becomes a lifetime sentence, leaving scars that are not always visible. The innocent shattered, your sense of self obliterated.
The cycle of abuse is relentless. Those who survive often become the next generation of victims, born into a world where love is distorted into cruelty. A cycle that raises an unsettling question: who truly deserves life and who deserves to die?
In some cases, the law is too slow, too reluctant, or too compromised to intervene in time. Abusers are given second chances, but their victims are left in the ruins of their broken life. The law, meant to protect the innocent, often become accomplices to further harm.
In a world where abusers often go unpunished, where the emotional and psychological damage lingers long after physical bruises heal, these abusers continue to walk free while their victims are condemned to carry the weight of trauma.
Many who suffer abuse die before their time, whether at the hands of the abuser or from the crushing weight of emotional wounds. But the real tragedy lies in the lives that could have been saved. Those who were forgotten by society until it was too late.
Abuse can be combated through many ways. Some of the ways that we can do to make effort in improving this issue are: first, by enforcing stricter laws in Malaysia regarding domestic violence, child abuse, and sexual abuse. Stronger implementation of laws such as Domestic Violence Act or DVA and Child Act in Malaysia by increasing or implementing severe penalties for perpetrators. Another way is by establishing specialized courts for family and sexual abuse cases to handle them with sensitivity and to offer better protection for victims through faster legal processes.
Secondly, by increasing public awareness and education through community education programs such as National Awareness Campaign as a way to educate the community on recognizing signs of abuse, between them, and the consequences for the perpetrators. School programs can be held on the topic to teach children about healthy relationships, recognizing signs, and how to seek help in cases of abuse. In collaboration with media outlets, awareness of services available to victims and public consciousness can be raised on the issue.
Third, providing stronger support system for the victims such as strengthening hotline like Dahleea Kasih 15999, providing more access to the system to shelter that can offer safety, legal assistance, and counseling for the victims. The government can also invest in providing therapy services to help survivors heal from emotional and psychological trauma. Safe spaces for children should be offered, such as support center for abusive children, to report any incidents and receive care.
Even in the darkest corners, there is hope. There are those who break free and rise from the ashes, proving that redemption and healings are possible. But for every person who survives, too many others fall through the cracks.
In a world where abuse is all too often ignored, where the cries of the innocent go unheard, we must ask ourselves, who truly deserves to live and who deserves death? The answer is clear. No one should suffer in silence. No one should be forgotten. It is our responsibility to ensure that every life matters and every voice is heard.